Who was Thoth, the god who could write reality itself? Was he merely an ibis-headed scribe etched into ancient temple walls, a cosmic intelligence whispering through the ages? Step into the dim glow of torchlight on limestone, where hieroglyphs shimmer with mystery, and let us unravel the enigma of Thoth, the divine architect of knowledge, the weaver of language, the magician of the moon, the eternal scribe of Egypt, in the heart of ancient Egypt, among the sacred temples and whispering reeds of the Nile. The Egyptians revered Thoth, or as they called him, Jehuti, as the god of wisdom, writing, and magic. To them, he was not merely a divine scribe recording the deeds of gods and mortals. Thoth was the mind of the cosmos itself, the intelligence that brought structure to chaos, order to the stars, and language to silence. Some myths say Thoth was self-created. Born of no mother, sprung from the light of Ra's own lips, the Egyptians honored him as one, self-begotten and self-produced, the divine word through which all existence came into being. When the sun, god Ra, crossed the sky in his golden bark, it was Thoth and the goddess Maat who flanked him, maintaining the delicate balance of cosmic order. Without Thoth's precise calculations, the stars might falter and the sun's path might waver. He was the pulse of divine reason, the rhythm that held heaven and earth together, the face of wisdom picture. Him, a tall figure with the sleek, curved beak of an ibis, holding a scribe's palette in one hand and the ankh, symbol of life, in the other. The ibis, sacred to Thoth, moves with grace between land and water, just as Thoth bridges the realms of spirit and matter, divine and human. Sometimes he appears as a baboon, crowned by a glowing lunar disk, a creature whose dawn cries were said to greet the rising sun. Both animals represented intelligence, insight, and the power to traverse worlds seen and unseen. In temple reliefs, Thoth's skin is sometimes painted green, the color of vitality and resurrection. Every scribe in Egypt, before dipping reed into ink, would whisper a prayer to Thoth, thanking the divine author who first taught humankind to write. Curious to find out all the answers? Stick with us until the end. There are some captivating insights and surprises waiting just for you. Don't miss out on the journey. The mind behind the magic. What is knowledge without magic? Or magic without knowledge? For Thoth, the two were one and the same. The Egyptians credited him with inventing every art and science: astronomy, mathematics, medicine, law, philosophy, and of course, writing itself. He was the god of measurement, the keeper of calendars, and the one who first mapped the sky. A story tells how Thoth gambled with the moon god and won 5 extra days of light, thus creating the 365-day year. Those 5 days became the birthdays of Osiris, Isis, Set, Nephthys, and Horus, the divine family of Egypt. Through cleverness and calculation, Thoth quite literally gave time to the world. Heka, the creative power that runs through the universe. It was Thoth who gave Isis the sacred words that brought Osiris back to life. Thoth who healed Horus's wounded eye, turning it into the eye of Horus. Even in the underworld, Thoth's pen never stopped moving. In the hall of Maat, he stood beside Anubis at the scales, recording the weight of each soul's heart against the feather of truth, keeper of the forbidden book. Among all his myths, none captures Thoth's mystique like the legend of the Book of Thoth, a sacred text said to contain every secret of heaven and earth. The story tells of Prince Neferkaptah, who defied divine law to steal the book from its resting place beneath the Nile. Though he gained immense power, tragedy followed. His wife and child were struck down, and Neferkaptah himself perished, cursed for daring to touch what was meant for the gods. The message is unmistakable. Wisdom without reverence leads only to ruin. Thoth guards knowledge fiercely, and only those pure of heart may approach his mysteries, from Ibis to Hermes, the god who became a philosopher. Centuries later, as Greece and Egypt's cultures intertwined, Thoth's legacy transformed. The Greeks saw in him a reflection of their own messenger god, Hermes. Hermes Trismegistus, thrice great Hermes. Hermes was imagined as a great sage who revealed divine secrets to humanity. Out of this fusion was born the Hermetica. Within them are dialogues between teacher and disciple. The most famous Hermetic saying, "As above, so below," perfectly echoes Thoth's ancient Egyptian role, the maintainer of harmony between heaven and earth. In Renaissance Europe, scholars believed Hermes Trismegistus had lived alongside Moses and possessed wisdom older than all religions. Alchemists sought his teachings in the fabled emerald tablet, that mysterious green stone inscribed with cosmic laws. To them, Thoth's words were not myth, but science, his magic, the key to transforming both matter and spirit. The occult revival, Thoth's return. By the 19th and 20th centuries, as mysticism and occultism flourished once again, Thoth's star rose anew. The Order of the Golden Dawn invoked his name in rituals of enlightenment. Aleister Crowley, the infamous magician, dedicated his Thoth tarot to the god of wisdom, believing the cards themselves were fragments of Thoth's eternal book. In the candle-lit chambers of modern magicians, Thoth became the silent mentor, the one who opens the inner eye. Artists, writers, and seekers called upon him as muse and guide, sensing that his moonlit wisdom still lingered, the Atlantean and the cosmic Thoth. But who was Thoth really? Could he have been more than a god, perhaps an ancient master from a forgotten world? This vision of Thoth as an immortal teacher gained traction with a curious text from the 20th century, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the Atlantean. Said to be written 36,000 years ago, though almost certainly, it tells of Thoth's time in Atlantis, his escape to Egypt, and his teachings on enlightenment, energy, and eternal life. Thoth, today, a guide for the seekers. Even now, in meditation circles and quiet personal rituals, people still call upon Thoth. Writers ask his blessing for inspiration. Spiritual seekers visualize his ibis-headed form, standing in radiant moonlight, holding open a book that seems to contain their own unfolding destiny. And perhaps in some sense, he always has been. For whenever we seek truth, whenever we balance reason with intuition, we walk in Thoth's shadow. The Eternal Quill. Thoth's story stretches from the dawn of civilization to the digital age, but his essence remains the same. So ask yourself, what is written on your scroll? What magic will you speak into being? Thoth still writes eternally, inscribing every spark of thought, every revelation, every act of creation. Perhaps the real book of Thoth is not a tablet hidden in a pyramid. Under the silver eye of the moon, his quill never ceases. And if you listen closely, you might just hear the scratch of it. Would you like it? Hit the like button and subscribe to our channels for more interesting and informative videos.